The Texas coast is Grand Central Station for bird migration. All these different birds that are going into Canada and beyond. They'll forage a little, get what they need, and then we'll see them again in the fall. Why the Texas coast is so important for bird conservation is because of where it lies. If you go across the Gulf of Mexico, which a lot of migratory birds do, that's Texas and Louisiana. If you don't want to go across 600 miles of Gulf of Mexico, then you go around, and that's the Texas coast.
Studies have found that the highest amount of mortality in birds is on migration. So protecting migration areas like this can help the numbers of birds people in Canada see up there in the breeding season, and can improve the number of birds people see on the wintering grounds in South America.
All of these different birds, they need different types of habitat. And this is Texas. It's 95% privately owned. If we want to provide habitat for all of these birds that are stopping over, then we have to work with private landowners.
I'm Loy Sneary, and we ranch in Matagorda County. Audubon has got a program, it's the Conservation Rancher Program. We now graze our cattle differently than we did for generations. We're actually able to enhance the habitat for migratory birds.
I move them every day from one paddock to the other. When we have time or when we have more rain, I'll move them multiple times a day.
By moving them routinely around the ranch like that, that allows the land to rest. It allows the plants to do better. In the traditional grazing, you can actually see some bare ground where the cattle have overgrazed. On our ranch, the ground is about 98% covered with some kind of vegetation. The insects are increasing. All of those ranches that are doing this all the way up through the flyways on up into Canada. So this can be a resting place for some of those migratory birds that wasn't available to them 10 or 15 years ago here.
This is such an important place. We need to make sure we have enough habitat for the wetland birds and for the grassland birds and for the forest birds. And one way to do that is conservation ranching and work with working wetlands.
This is a privately owned farm field that's not being utilized this year for farming. So rather than just let it be fallow, we've partnered with the landowner to put water out in this landscape. So what we're doing here is mimicking conditions that are utilized by wetland-dependent shorebirds, wading birds, these long-distance migrators that are migrating from the tip of South America all the way to the subarctic region are relying on this landscape to provide them with resources to ensure that they're going to be able to reach their breeding grounds. Standing in the middle of a fallow rice field next to an abandoned natural gas well, watching thousands of birds. This is like the most Texas thing you could have.
Conservation needs more people, and landowners realize that a lot of different species are here because of what you have done on the land that really connects and resonates with people.